Sagittarius. Okay, is that what you do when you talk? All right, well, you know, I came from people that have strong Sagittarius energy, both of them. And so do I. So, right. They will get pushed if I'm moving quickly. Your kids. Sorry. You should be watching out for all of these crazy people around you. No, I love children. Just make sure they are not riding those scooters on the sidewalk. I mean, I guess they can do that. That's like what they're meant for, right? So they can move it along. All right, Sagittarius. We're gonna keep it here. Convention. Right. So it's kind of like, are you doing something with spirit, or are you doing it in the spirit of tradition? Are you doing it just because this is the way that it's always been done? Also, maybe you should have a little bit more convention. We're talking about the roots and where things have come from and the beauty of that. We're talking about the beauty of the roots, the beauty of the development that has happened, that has come from this place of, I don't know, ancestry. You could just be seeing the beauty in like all things ancestrally rich in your life, if that makes sense. But convention, right? Venus, beauty, harmony, peace, love, and money. And you're probably having to control some things because it's Capricorn. Venus in Capricorn does talk about status, right? And marrying for status, right? Conventional. So some of you might just be in a relationship because it looks good. I'm down here feeling like I am, you know, by myself underground, you know, but everything on the outside looks good, but it's kind of challenging up in here. That was hot. Okay, so think about that. Sag, empathy, moon in Pisces. You know, is your intuition telling you something? Are you being very empathic, or do you feel like you need empathy, or does someone else have your empathy at this moment? What's going on? Moon is nurturing, Pisces is like feeling, it needs to be healed, right? So something needs to be healed right now. You need to heal from your past relationships. Still feeling trapped in some way from your past relationships? And that person is like not even around? Yeah. Indecision, Venus in Libra. Having those thoughts, having those feelings. And you know, sometimes when we're in a place, when we're feeling vulnerable, yes, we kind of like go back to those thoughts or go back to thinking about those people that are familiar to us. They were pretty much kind of like the last ones that were around. And you're like, I wonder how they're doing. And then you start thinking about the crazy that they probably put you through. And in that moment, you were having empathy for them, but then it's kind of like, you know what? I need to realize that, yes, I went through a lot before. I don't have to have the same experience again. I have to heal. I can find romance again. You know, I feel secure also when I am, you know, kind of feeling like that romance in my life. You know, it just makes me feel like there's a reason to feel better about everything else. But the relationship isn't always going to make things better for you. Okay? Wow, we have a lot of, so we have all the 3 signs that are ruled by Venus, or, you know, we have Taurus here, we have Libra here, we have Pisces here, right? So we're definitely talking about love and relationships, okay? And it's kind of like a conventional relationship. Is that something that you're looking for? Is that something that you want? What is a conventional relationship for you? What is that? Like, what does that mean? What does that mean? In so many ways, because I don't know. Everybody that I've been in a relationship with has been older than me, and some of them have been the same age as my mom, but my mom had me very young, okay? Let's look and see what's going on here. You could be holding on to a relationship just out of convention, you know what I mean? Because you have empathy for the person and you haven't decided what this romance means to you. Mercury in Virgo talks about caution, right? I have Mercury in Virgo. Practicality, Moon in Capricorn, right? And it's kind of like you're just doing it because you have to. You're like going through the phases, going through the motions, going through the cycles or something like that. You definitely need to be practical about what it is that you are doing and how you're going about things, you know? You know, and I also feel like the moon being in Capricorn is kind of like you just been doing it and you haven't expressed how you felt about how you've been, you know, how you've been affected by what you've been doing, how you've been doing it, the effort that it's been taking, right? Mercury and Virgo is kind of like, it's not throwing caution to the wind, you know what I mean? It's like proceeding with caution as well. In terms of relationships too, because if your ex came back, you know, if some of you guys reached out to that ex or something and it's kind of like, you're like, ooh, like, you know, you guys actually did reconnect, it's like, definitely be cautious because, you know, and be practical, you know. You see what I mean? Proceed with caution. I haven't seen the back of this one yet, but it's indecision because it's Venus. Okay, ostentatious, right? So proceed with caution because, you know, this ostentatiousness here with Saturn and Taurus could be leading to failure, right? Somebody's going to be like, oh, you came back, that type of thing. No, it's not like that. And sometimes, you know, people, that's why I just kind of keep them away, you know, in some kind of way, especially the ones that, like, I really don't care to see, hear, taste, smell, or touch. Did I miss one? Am I making sense? So, you know, Saturn and Taurus, slow. You know, Saturn is like restricting and Taurus is kind of stubborn and it's like, don't want to learn that lesson, right? I don't want things to change, you know. Did we get them all? Indecision, ostentation, right? So there's a lesson being learned here, definitely with Saturn being on the other side with Taurus. Okay, empathy, caution, romance, practicality. Be practical in romance. If it seems like it's more work than it's worth, then you know it's not really worth it, is it? But if that has nothing to do with how you feel, you better go for it because, you know, it's kind of like when you feel like later in life that you don't have that thing that you always wanted, that you once had before. And the reason why you don't have it is because X, Y, and Z, I don't know. Sagittarius. Remember that you are stronger than your weakest love. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying, but you can move past it, right? And don't stay in something and don't just go back to something because it seems like it just makes sense, right? Or it's just kind of like, well, right? If it doesn't really make sense and it ain't good, don't do it.